Hi guys, welcome back to yet another writing vlog. If you're new around here, my name is Marcelina. I'm a 15-year-old teen author. You may know me as the author of The Blood That Divides Us. This came out about 6 months ago. It is a YA murder mystery romance inspired by A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, One of Us is Lying, and Binding 13. All of the links to purchase this will be in the description down below. However, as much as this is my baby and I love it and I cherish it, although I don't market it now as much as I should, we're moving on to a new project. We actually already have been moved on for a while, since February actually. I'm not even kidding. A month after this came out, I got a new idea for a new book. Oh my gosh, I love that. We love the shiny new idea syndrome. So fun. Anyway, that brings us to what we're working on today. It is my newest YA mystery romance obsession project called Labeled Innocent, Presumed Dead, cover TBD. I'm actually going to start making it in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. But it will be released on Valentine's Day of next year, 2026. So mark your calendars, add it to your TBR. I am so pumped about this. Like, there's just so much of me in every book. And I know I kept saying that about The Blood That Divides Us. Like, this is my baby. This is like my passion project. This book is different in so many ways, and I can't really pinpoint how or why. I just know that I am obsessed with it, and I've been working on it all summer. Today is Friday, July 11th. I started this book the day after I got out of school, so it was my first day of summer break, May 24th, and I've been working on it ever since. I will say, I'm not going to critique myself because I know every book is different. However, The Blood That Divides Us, I started August 1st, finished September 9th, so a little over a month. I gave myself grace then because I was actually moving states in the midst of this, so it was pure chaos, and starting high school. But then with this one, do I have an excuse for why it's almost taken me 2 months to write basically the same amount of words? Because the first draft of this was 88K. I estimate Labeled Innocent, Presumed Dead, draft 1, to be about 90 to 95K. I don't know why. Honestly, I have no excuse. I don't know why it's taking me so long. I have had a lot of other stuff because I got into student council at my high school this year. That's not something I was involved in last year. And we had like a big summer project assignment. So maybe that's why, but honestly at this point, we only did it 2 days a week for like a few hours. So I can't even blame it on that. But anyway, we are sitting at 70,000 words for the manuscript so far. Yay! I'm gonna kind of go back. I'm filming this intro a little bit before, so I have some clips that I recorded on Wednesday and Thursday, I believe. I know for sure yesterday. So we're actually gonna backtrack a little bit. But if you didn't see my last vlog, which you should go check it out. I'll leave the link to it in the description down below. But I kind of set a mini writing challenge for myself because I recorded one of the clips from that video on Monday, and I was like, hey, why don't I try, I'm at 60,000 right now, I just hit 60,000, why don't I try to hit 70,000 by Friday? That's 2K per day, that's kind of my average word count, so why don't I just give it a shot? And there's no risk, if progress is progress nonetheless. But I kind of left y'all on the cliffhanger with that one, so I'm glad to say a little spoiler to what you're gonna see in future clips. I did hit the 70,000, which is insane. Like, the fact that I have 20,000 left. I could literally do 2 10K days and knock it out in 2 days. We're not gonna do that because that's not great for my mental health because I've never even done a 10K day. So trying to do 2 is like, whoa. But my point is, to put it in perspective, we are so close to the end. I am in the midst of writing like the climax of the climax of the climax. The betrayals, hello, they left me shook. If they left me, the writer who's been planning this book and plotting it for like 5 months at this point, staring at the ceiling in shock, I have no doubt that you as the reader, who are going in blind for the most part, like I know I post some like teaser edits and whatnot on my channel, but like y'all are going in blind, so I have a feeling, actually I'm confident, you're not only going to be staring at the ceiling after, but you may just throw your book or your Kindle across. Not my fault. I'm not paying for it. I'm not liable for this. I'm just going to take you back a couple of days to the clips that I filmed before this, and then we'll catch up to real-time footage later in the vlog. I just wrote the biggest plot twist of my life. Forget labeled innocent presumed dead. I don't know if I've written a bigger plot twist slash betrayal slash like secret being uncovered. Well, it's like a web of secrets, like they're all interconnected. I'm shook. Like, y'all saw my reaction. What is going on? What is life right now? You ever have that moment where you just like, my brain is just numb, like I feel empty? Not in a bad way, just like in a, I don't know what the heck I just wrote. I have no thoughts right now. Absolutely none. You'll obviously, you'll know when we get to it. I'm preparing for the DMs and the comments being like, oh, Marcelina, how could you? Wow. 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 Have fun with this, y'all. Guys, jump scare face mask warning. But I just had to report, today is a good day. You wanna know why today is a good day? Well, it is a good day because when one of your favorite author tubers that has a pretty big platform, that is friends with your other favorite author tuber who you've looked up to in the community for a really long time, comments on one of your vlogs, that is absolutely the highlight of my day. And then also when you hit your target word goal of 2,000 words a day and are officially at 68,000 words, that's also a good day. So it's been productive. It's been good overall. I did get kind of sick and nauseous earlier, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, I'm fine. We're vibing now. Today's been really good, if you can't tell. Okay, hi guys. Good morning. Happy Friday. I just wanted to give y'all a little update of what we're doing. It's currently 9 in the morning. I just finished getting ready. We're going to Target and a couple other places, doing some errands. Fun. I have not been out of the house in like a week, so this is going to be very, very good for me because I was kind of getting stir crazy. I will say on the writing side, I made a post on my community tab yesterday where I was basically just like, Natalia is not going to pull a I choose myself card because don't worry, I'm not that cruel. I mean, Belly might, if you know, which is actually gonna drive me crazy. But anyway, the season starts like in less than a week. It's insane. Actually, it should be out by the time you guys are seeing this video. But anyway, I was like, during the climax, during the midpoint, at some point, you guys are going to hate both love interest. But I can only hope you'll find it in your heart to forgive them once you understand why they do what they do. And I think that's so valid, and that holds true because I don't mean that like, I don't want people to misinterpret it. There's no cheating, there's none of that. It's not from that standpoint, but more of like a, let's just say, I can say this because I kind of have been hinting at this. This is like part of the whole blur premise of the book in the first place, is that Kyle and Jaden, like pretty much the entire bureau, are connected and knows what happened to Natalia's sister, Allison. Again, that's the whole thing, I'm pretty sure. I haven't written the blurb yet. We're going to do that once I finish this first draft. But that's what I've been pitching. We really do find out like more so how they're connected, why they know Allison, what they have in common to her, and that kind of stuff. It's just very interesting because it's like, I love writing those very complex characters where like, Natalia is totally valid for her feelings. She is having a crash out right now. She is so furious at the boys. And that's valid. Like, no one can sit there and tell Natalia she's wrong for reacting like that or she's being mean to them because, like, they did her dirty. There's some secrets, there's some betrayals. On the flip side, I like writing those characters where their behavior is not justifiable. There's no excuse for their behavior. However, their intention behind it can be justified. Now, does it make what they did right? Absolutely not. But I think you can kind of understand where they were coming from, why they felt like they had to lie. And I really kind of want to show both sides of like, I want my readers to have sympathy for both Jaden and Kyle, especially Kyle. So like trying to write that with, because it's from Natalia's point of view. So it's like still trying to give sympathy and a reasonable redemption arc, because they will, but it's just like, I'm playing with fire here and it's so much fun. Anyway, that's it for me, your angsty writer. Signing off. I will update you guys later.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it
Update. Just got back from Target. No haul today, unfortunately, but I'm about to go eat some of the cheese and crackers that we bought. It's like a lunch snack, and we'll see what I want to do. Not this week's, it's for you guys, it's last week's writing vlog goes live in about an hour, so I kind of want to be there for the premiere, answer comments. Another edit that I'm excited for goes up, so we shall see. I'm trying to get a lot of filming done, so writing might take the backseat, but we will hit 70,000 words. I swear. Also, before I forget, two very, very exciting announcements. One, we hit 70,000 words. Did I not mention that? I didn't even notice. I was just like vibing with the scene. I was having fun, and then I was like, oh my gosh, we hit 70K. That's crazy. What a milestone. And then secondly, y'all, we hit 800 subscribers. Thank you so much. Like, I feel like I have this like big rambly speech, but I think we're gonna save it for like a little bit until I hit 1,000, then I'm gonna go off on a whole spiel. But for now, it's going to have to suffice. Just me saying from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. If you are subscribed, and even if you're not, but like you help out with my engagement and you push it in the algorithm and you just watch all my videos and you comment from time to time, like I genuinely appreciate that so much more than you know. And really, I would still write even if I didn't have a community, because I love writing. It comes from within me. It's really driven into everything I do. But I think having a community of 800 amazing, supportive, encouraging people just really help when I'm in those states of self-doubt and imposter syndrome. And I really do not take it for granted any day. Like, I love you guys so much. Stay tuned for so much more content. Update. Okay, so today is currently Saturday. I just got off a 2-hour FaceTime call with one of my writing besties once again, and we actually, unlike last time, which was still super fun, we didn't yap the whole 2 hours. Yay, what an improvement. We actually did what we were kind of thinking of doing last go around and did writing sprints. We did 30-minute writing sprints, and then the other 30 minutes in between we just chatted about our whips, our writing process, personal things, all fun stuff. So if you're seeing this video, it was so much fun. Like, I really want to do that again. And it also motivated me to write so much because I was not feeling it today. It's currently 6 p.m. and I will say we started the call at 4, and before 4, first of all, I slept until like noon, so the day was already practically half over. And then once I ate breakfast, I just got in this really weird trance of scrolling on my phone, not feeling motivated. That call, on our first sprint, I wrote 500 words. And then the second sprint, I started a new chapter. We're now on chapter 45, and I wrote a little over 600 words. So total over 1,000 words. I'm feeling really good. Like, it's one of those things where sometimes you just gotta start. So that's my little PSA to you all. Like, sometimes you just have to write when you're not in the mood. Now, does that necessarily mean force it? No, because that's how burnout happens. But also, like, sometimes you just think you're not in a writing mood and you just feel so blah about it, but then it just kind of takes a little kick in the butt, a little writing sprint or two, which, again, I highly recommend writing sprints. I didn't like them at first, but I'm coming around. But that can really just kind of get your motivation into gear, and then once you've already written something, sometimes it kind of just takes that block out, and now your motivation and the words are flowing, and I think that's what's happening to me. So we're making progress. I am super happy with all that I've accomplished in the last 2 hours. Okay, hi guys. It's the same night. I just wanted to make a little update because I wanted to share another little writing hack with y'all. Now, I know as writers, we're very screen focused, especially if you're also a content creator. You're literally like staring at your screen 99% of the time, and that's your job. That's how you do your job. However, I think sometimes staring at a screen, especially at your computer, at that like blinking cursor that's just like, it's so overwhelming and can kind of pressure us, to be honest, into almost a writer's block. Like, I know for me, sometimes I will literally be staring at it in a time that I have motivation, but I'm just like, it's like, it puts me in a trance, and then my mind all of a sudden goes blank. Like, I just had a good idea 2 seconds ago, and now I don't. Using a notebook, again, I cannot share this quickly because this has a lot of spoilery stuff on it, but I just kind of carved out a section of time, and I just wrote. And by the way, this is not brainstorming, this is not outlining. I straight up just wrote the scene exactly how it's going to be written in the document. Like, no brackets, no notes to myself, no abbreviations. Like, I legit just wrote it normally with the dialogue tags, with the description, basically exactly how I would write it. And then all I have to do is set this up next to my laptop and basically just copy it over, which I know is tedious, and I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, what's the point? You're writing the same words twice. Because I don't know, there's something about like just writing on paper and handwriting it that is so freeing. Like, all of a sudden, all these ideas just start flowing for me that did not flow when I was staring at my computer screen just a moment ago. And it can really help you get unstuck. So I'd recommend just kind of once in a while, if you think you're stuck or need a little boost, just grab a notebook, or again, this is my Label Innocent Presumed Dead themed notebook that I mentioned in the last video that I use for like everything. If you don't have one, just literally get a piece of paper and handwrite your scene. Like, treat it as if it is the document, and then yeah, you're gonna have to do a little bit more work transferring it over, but it still counts as words, and it really can help kind of get you back in that flow, get your creative juices going again. And it worked for me because I don't know how many words this ended up being. It's a full notebook page. Doing good. It's now almost 10 p.m. I need to do my stuff and get ready for bed. But I just thought I would share that in case any of you guys are stuck or looking for kind of a new method to try out. So I'll update you guys tomorrow. Okay, super late night writing update. Like, it is genuinely really late right now, but I don't care. I've written a little over 1,000 words today, so nothing too impressive, but I think the reason behind that is because I'm currently working on an Allison POV chapter, which, if you did not know, Allison, aka Natalia's sister, aka the Andy Bell of this book, I guess you could say, the Allison De Laurentiis, I guess you could call it, she's the missing girl of this plot. That's what I'm trying to get at. She has, I think I looked at my outline, 9 or 10 of her own POV chapters, but because her disappearance was 5 years prior, just her chapters are in the form of diary entries, which is really cool and interesting. But that brings me to why whenever I'm working on her chapters, I always write slower, because the thing is not only are they in diary entries, I used to write in a diary every day, and now I don't do it as much as I would like. I do it like once in a while, but like, it's the format, and the whole point of it is it's supposed to be something different. And then also, her character voice is so freaking hard. Like, because it's, again, I've said this before, but she's very like Lizzie Young from Boys of Tommen. Like, there's a lot of coercion and manipulation and brainwashing, but she thinks she deserves it. And the worst part is, she doesn't really see anything wrong with what Michael is doing to her and has been doing, and she doesn't understand like the boundaries that have been crossed. She thinks it's normal. So like, writing that kind of brainwash is hard, thus making her entire character voice like really hard. So we're struggling with that a little bit. Not like struggling, it just takes some time for me to like constantly look up from my computer screen every 2 seconds, stare at the wall, and just think, how is she going to process this? What is going through her mind right now? Also, usually those like 9 or 10 chapters from her point of view are sprinkled in throughout. However, this is the first time that there are 2 consecutive back-to-back chapters from her. So, I mean, that's better for me, I guess, because I get to stay in her character voice, and it's easier for me instead of having to switch back and forth. But I've only written 1 out of those 2 chapters, so I still have 1 more to write. We'll see. I really need to get some sleep, so no more for tonight. We're cutting it off, but that's where I'm at right now. It's very depressing, very heavy. I keep having to take breaks because it's like, this is a lot. Hey guys, update. I'm currently having a strawberry and chocolate hummus feast. It's better than it sounds, I promise. Okay, it's actually chef's kiss. It's currently 1:42 p.m. I have gotten a little bit of work done today, but I'm setting up for a death scene. Yes, you heard it here, a character death scene. Is this irresponsible for me? 1000% yes. Am I gonna do it anyway? 1000% yes. Is it going to break readers' hearts? 1000% yes. It's one of those things where it's like, it's a character that isn't like the most lovable, but I feel like he gets a redemption arc, so I feel like people are gonna hate me either way. Honestly, like, it's whatever, because we're doing it, and it's gonna tug on readers' heartstrings, and it's like, trust me, it's a permanent death. It's not like, oh my gosh, is he gonna make it? Is he gonna come back? No, he gets stabbed to death. It's a slow death, okay? But I think we're gonna write that definitely today, but probably like later today, because I have some like setup to do first, but
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching.
about to go eat dinner now, so I need to take a break, but currently disassociating because I'm in the midst of writing this death scene. Oh my gosh, I almost said who it is. No. Okay, I think I might have revealed them the guy, but I don't know if I want to say that because that limits down the pool of people that it could be. But you saw my reaction. Things are getting crazy in here. Oh my goodness. Guys, on this week's episode of Marcelina's Search History Triggers a Warning, I was looking up what does a stab wound look like, ways to describe a stab wound, ways to describe a stab wound in writing, how far can a knife stab into your body, guys, and I just started like clicking on things, and I'm like not even talking like Reddit. I mean, I was scrolling through Reddit threads, but like actual certified medical websites, and I kept getting warnings. I was like, FBI, I'm not doing anything bad. I swear, I am not trying to stab someone, but this scene is hard to write for that reason, because even with the website and the research, I couldn't really get good answers. So we're kind of winging it now, but that was just like, I spent so, it's like the middle of the night, I was giggling like a maniac, and like late at night. I cannot help it. Another PSA, if you're gonna write any sort of death scene, which especially if you're writing a fantasy that's very prominent, maybe go on an incognito browser, because it's a little bit concerning, the blogging that comes up, but it's fine. Just the day in the life of a writer. Also, this scene's like really emotional. I'm like shaking, but we've written about 1,600 words so far, so let's keep it going. Y'all, I just had an epiphany. We are writing a flashback chapter right now. It's right after the death scene. It coincides and intertwines with that scene, so don't think it's random. But this scene is very, very significant for two characters in particular. And just due to like the format of it and like the fact that we've gotten this person's POV the entire book, like this character's POV has been sprinkled in like 10 times, and then the other character's POV I haven't done at all. It just wouldn't make sense to like switch up, so we're sticking in this familiar character's POV. I don't know if I'm explaining this properly, but like the other character in this scene who I'm not doing it from the POV of, I feel like I'm looking at my outline. I feel like his perspective of things would be even more interesting. I'm thinking of keeping the actual like completed scene that's going to go in the novel from said character's POV, but then the guy who I really, really want to do it from, because there's just like some information that you as the reader will get to know that I think is like, it's within like his head and his certain feelings. I feel like you'll get more depth into like who he is and why he feels that way toward her. So I'm thinking of writing it from his POV and then including it as a bonus scene in like my newsletter or something at some point. So, or just like a bonus scene that will be part of like the pre-order campaign or something like that. So I kind of love that idea. What do I kind of love that? Okay, hi again guys. Today is currently Thursday. I really need to edit this vlog and get it up for y'all since, you know, my weekly vlogs come out on Fridays. So I think that being said, this is going to end it for this week's writing vlog. I sincerely hope you enjoyed, and it was just as much of a roller coaster ride for you as it was for me to not only like take you along for this journey, but also to be writing these types of scenes. Cough cough. I mean, we all know the main one that I worked on, so that was a moment, okay? And then a little bit of a word count update. We're sitting at just about a little under 75,000 words total in the manuscript so far. And I've said this 1,000 times, but not my goal, but what I've kind of just estimated based on my chapter by chapter outline is around 90 to maybe like 92,000 words. We are getting so close, which is absolutely surreal. I am still kind of in shock, but we're making so much progress, because if you remember, I started off this vlog not even at 70k. That was the whole challenge. We've been going a little bit slower, I have to admit, both with just like life circumstances and my motivation level. I'm just like, it's the imposter syndrome of like going through waves of absolutely hating this book. And then also it didn't help that I wasted like 3 hours last night scrolling on social media instead of writing. Who does that? Anyway, I know that's super relatable. I think, don't quote me on this. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can, because I'm 99% sure after this one, there's only going to be one more writing vlog. I know. It's so bittersweet. Like, I feel like it just started. I think I was just looking. This will be the 8th one. So we're only doing like 9 writing vlogs, which means I do one a week. So like 9 weeks for a 90,000 word book. 10,000 a week. Pretty good. But yeah, so I think this is going to be the last like normal writing vlog where I'm just giving updates like on a daily basis across a week, because the 9th and final one, which you'll be seeing next week, is where I'm going to be attempting a 10k day. So this is my formal announcement. That's what you have to look forward to next week. If you don't know, that's kind of a trend that has been going around on the online writer author tube community the last few years. A lot of writers try to write 10,000 words in a day, and honestly, if I'm gonna be completely real, a lot of them don't even end up successful, but it's just kind of that challenge, that like going out of your comfort zone, like reaching past your limits. And honestly, like, progress is progress. It kind of just becomes like a write as many words as you possibly can in one day kind of challenge. So I'm gonna be doing some crossover of that and vlogging that whole experience. So next week's vlog, which will be the last one, will only take place over the span of like a day or two instead of like updates every day over a week. So that's exciting. I'm really excited to kind of see how successful I can be with that. And my goal is that will be the vlog that I'll finish the book in. Do a 10k day to wrap up the end of the book, and I'll catch my reaction. And yeah, I am so hyped for that. So if you don't want to miss any of my updates, any of my uploads, please make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are not already. Turn on post bell notifications so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video. All of my links are in the description down below. I hope you all are having a lovely weekday, weekend, day or night, wherever it is for you. Hope all of your writing projects are going well, or the books you're reading are very interesting. And I will talk to you all very soon in the next video. Bye!